So as a Lakers fan, I got to be honest with you guys. I was not surprised one bit by the performance that the Lakers gave in Game 4. To be honest with you, I thought that performance was going to come much sooner in the series, right? So Game 1, Game 2, the Lakers played great basketball. You're maximizing your role players. You get a lot out of Luke Kennard. You get a lot out of Marcus Smart. Rui Hachimura plays great. LeBron does what LeBron always does. He controls the game, et cetera, right? I thought coming into Houston in Game 3, that was going to be a tough one for the Lakers because usually role players, right, everything has to come back to that midline, right? You play up here a few games, right? You maybe have a couple games down here, but everything balances itself out to get you right back to here, right? So I thought Game 3 was going to be that game that got you back more in line with what to expect out of our role players. And that was not the case, right? Marcus Smart had a huge game, right? Played like an all-star. LeBron made big shots down the stretch. Now, Houston did have a chance to win that game. It was a close, competitive game. But ultimately, the Lakers made enough plays. Maybe the ball bounced our way one or two times down the stretch, and we're able to pull that one out on the road and go up 3-0. And even though the game was close, right, even though Houston had a chance to win, I was still impressed with the level of intensity, of effort that the Lakers brought to that game, right? So that's more so what I mean when I was not expecting that. I was impressed with the level of effort, with the level of focus that the Lakers brought to that game, because I just thought that was going to be a tough game for them to win. So Game 3, they surprised me. And then the game that I thought was going to happen, Game 3, happened in Game 4. And I think it was pretty normal, right? You know, you go from getting 2 days between each game in your first 3 to all of a sudden getting 1. Even though that doesn't sound like a lot, that's a lot, especially for the offensive driver right now and LeBron James, the guy who's being asked to control the pace of the game, control the offense, make the plays, set everybody up, and just play the right way. You know, that's going to be a lot, right? So I was not surprised by Game 4. Game 4 didn't concern me at all. I think it was something to be expected in a rugged series like this one is, one that's been low scoring, one that's been very physical and defensive, one that's going to take the legs out from under you, especially a 41-year-old, right? I was not surprised by that at all. And I do expect the Lakers now, who have had 2 days between games and play tonight, to perform at a higher level again. And I expect this game to be much more competitive. I think it's going to go down to the ropes. I think Houston is going to play like their backs are against the wall because their backs are against the wall. And I think if LA can stay focused, I think if LA can continue to implement their game plan effectively, play their style of offense, get guys good looks, open shots, knock them down, and also on the defensive end of the floor, just stay very consistent and stay very solid. I think this is going to be a winnable game for the Lakers. Now, winnable does not mean a blowout. Winnable does not mean, that they're definitely going to win, but I do think it's going to come down to the wire. And to be honest with you, if it comes down to the wire in a game that Kevin Durant is not playing in and LeBron is playing in, even if they're both playing at this point in their career on the teams that they're on, I'm going to side with the team with LeBron because I think down the stretch they're just going to make the better plays more times than the Rockets will make the better plays. And I'm not concerned, but I am curious about how, if Austin Reeves plays tonight, that looks, right? Because he's definitely, right, anytime you're trying to ingratiate a great player back into your lineup, things change a little bit, right? Now, one thing I love about Austin Reeves is he's one of the best plug-and-play players in the entire NBA, right? Like, he can seamlessly go from your 1A to your 2 to your 3-man in terms of options, right, on offense, right? He can be your main guy, he could be your secondary piece, he could be your third guy, and he fits into those pieces seamlessly, right? Like, he can just transition throughout those roles very, very easily because he can be an off-ball guy, an on-ball guy, etc. So I'm not super concerned with this, but I'm just curious to see how the team plays with Austin Reeves back in the lineup. Whether he starts, whether he doesn't, I would imagine he'd come off the bench just not to mess with the continuity too much. And slowly ease his way back in. But we shall see, right? We shall see. But that'd be the one thing that I'm curious to see, just how it plays out in this game. But if I had to pick Game 5, especially in a game with Kevin Durant off the court, with Austin Reeves getting back in, I think even if the Lakers do struggle to find a little bit of continuity at points, I think this is the right team to do it against, just because the Rockets offensively are so up and down and so hard to find consistent offense with. I think the Lakers have a bit of a leg up in that regard, right? So let me know what you guys think. But I think the Lakers are going to end the series tonight. I think it's going to be a very competitive game, and the Rockets are going to play hard, impose their athleticism like they have been this series. And honestly, like, defense and athleticism is how they've kept these games remotely close. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are just the more athletic and imposing team. But in terms of just like basketball philosophies and basketball skill set, basketball IQ, the Lakers are just like quite a few steps ahead of them when you have, one of the smartest guys to ever pick up a basketball running your offense, you know what I'm saying? So I think that'll win out tonight. I think the Lakers will end the series, and I think it'll be good for them because they can get an extended amount of rest heading into that OKC series. Now, we don't got to talk about that series yet, you know what I'm saying? We don't got to talk about that series yet, but at the very least, they'll be able to rest, recover guys heading into that series and strategize specifically on ways where they can control more of the pace and put their best foot forward in that series. So that's my thoughts on tonight. I think the Lakers are going to close them out in a very close and competitive game. Would I be surprised if it went 6? No, I would not, but that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.